Intense manhunt for a dangerous escaped inmate entering its third week. Convicted killer Gonzalo Lopez has been on the run since getting out of his handcuffs, taking control of a prison transport bus. The search for Lopez now entering a new phase, with investigators expanding the search to areas outside of the original 100-plus mile span of nearby highway. That's about 2 hours north of Houston. NewsNation's Marky Martin is live for us in Texas. So, Marky, we do have some new images of Lopez.
Yeah, Nicole, we do. And I think one of the big questions here that authorities have yet to answer is why are they just now releasing these? As you just mentioned, he's been on the run for nearly 3 weeks. Gonzalo Lopez escaped custody back on May 12th on that prison bus that was used for high-risk. He hasn't been seen since. Let's get straight to those photos because authorities did just release those. And as you'll see, Lopez is covered in tattoos that authorities are hoping are recognizable enough for those who might be coming into contact with this inmate. His stomach reads the nickname Gonzo. His back at the very top, it says Mexican, and you'll see there too, there's a skull on top of Aztec ruins. Both of his arms are covered in tattoos of different women. Lopez escaping that prison bus, and reportedly he got out of his restraints, broke out of a metal cage before stabbing an officer and then stealing that bus. And again, just to reiterate, Nicole, he has been on the run now for almost 3 weeks.
All right, so on the run for almost 3 weeks here, Mark. We know he is a convicted killer. We know he stabbed that corrections officer. So officials are telling the public he should be considered armed and extremely dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Not only does Lopez have ties to the Mexican mafia, he also comes with a really long rap sheet. When he escaped, he was serving 2 life sentences, one for convicted capital murder, another one for attempted capital murder. He's also been convicted of aggravated kidnapping, aggravated assault, on top of all of this. So the reward for finding him has now reached $50,000, and authorities say if you or anybody else that you know might have information that could lead to his arrest, whether here in Texas or in another part of the country, please call 911, Crime Stoppers, or even the U.S. Marshal Service. Nicole, very dangerous.
Yeah, very active search for him. All right, Marky, thank you. So let's bring in former FBI Special Agent Jennifer Koffendorfer. Jennifer, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Nice to be here.
So we just heard from Marky. So Lopez has been on the run at this point 20 days. That's really almost the same amount of time as Caitlin Armstrong, who we know she is that yoga instructor accused of murdering an elite cyclist in an alleged love triangle. So both of these manhunts really proving to be difficult. Why is that?
Well, in my opinion, based on the cases I've worked, it's because they were both well orchestrated. In Caitlin's case, this wasn't a situation that was just, oh, I have a crime of passion here because I'm angry at what's going on in this love triangle. This was a situation where Mr. Strickland lived in Austin, and this individual, Miss Wilson, came to Austin over 140 miles away from Hico, where she was going to race. And how did Miss Armstrong find out that she would be staying at a girlfriend's house? So this was orchestrated. Mr. Strickland took out Miss Wilson. They went swimming, they ate, and right after he dropped her off, Miss Armstrong was there, purportedly, according to the affidavit, committed this murder, and then left. How did she know she was there? Then quick-footed it out through Hobby Airport and LaGuardia, and now has been on the run. And according to law enforcement, she left no footprint after LaGuardia. That tells me she must have had false identification because her footprint was lost. So this seems very well orchestrated, and now Mr. Strickland is gone.
All right, so we have these 2 cases. We're talking about Armstrong, who is the yoga instructor, talking about Lopez, who is a convicted killer. So different cases, but manhunts here, nonetheless. And last week, Jennifer, authorities in both of these cases really sounded hopeful that both of these people would be found by week's end. One even suggested that Lopez was still in that area and really just needed to be flushed out. Obviously, that does not appear to be the case. That did not happen. Both of these individuals are still on the run. So what is your prediction? Will these manhunts come to an end soon?
I don't think soon, because I think they were well planned. I think Mr. Lopez, everything was calculated. He had to have very special tools that were in that bus for him to use to gain access to the driver's compartment. He had to get his body through there and cut that. I think they need to be looking at accomplices within the prison, whether that was trustees or whether that was even guards that hid instruments for him to use, also to use to free his hands and to get through. In addition, it would seem to me he planned for it to occur where it occurred. Did he have somebody standing by that quickly got him out of that area and perhaps into Mexico?
We know in both of these cases, authorities are actively searching. Jennifer Coffindoffer, thank you so much for your expertise.